You may be able to tell that I'm not sitting in my office today. Instead, Stephen and I are on Grandview Drive in Peoria, once called by a former president the world's most beautiful drive. And I hope you can see behind me that it is especially pretty this time of year in the fall. We came here today because I wanted to talk about a phenomenon that I have noticed lately in a movie that I saw and a book that I listened to. Remember, I'm in my car a lot. And in an interview that I saw on television last evening. That phenomenon is something that seems to be happening in our culture now. It's kind of an attitude toward people who have religious faith. It seems to me that the attitude is not one so much of being questioning about religious faith or even being against religious faith, but it's kind of treating religious faith as if it were just silly, as if you are a smart person, there's no way that you could possibly believe in God. But as I've been driving around lately and seeing all the gorgeous colors this year, I was reminded of what John Calvin says in his Institutes of Christian Religion. Not that I think about that a lot, but I was remembering something from seminary when our teachers taught us that Calvin started with God's creation to help people understand who God is and how God interacts with us. Listen to this quote from Calvin's Institutes. And remember, this is in the language of when Calvin was writing. God has revealed himself and daily discloses himself in the whole workmanship of the universe. As a consequence, men cannot open their eyes without being compelled to see him. Upon his individual works he has engraved unmistakable marks of his glory, so clear and so prominent that even unlettered and stupid folk cannot plead the excuse of ignorance. Well, that led me, of course, to one of the Psalms. And I'm going to move out of the way so that Stephen can show you just how beautiful it is here on the world's most beautiful drive as we listen to the words of the 104th Psalm. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty. Wrapped in light as with a garment, you stretch out the heavens like a tent. You set the beams of your chambers on the waters. You make the clouds your chariot. You ride on the wings of the wind. You make the winds your messengers, fire and flame your ministers. You set the earth on its foundations, so that it shall never be shaken. You cover it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills, giving drink to every wild animal. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. By the streams the birds of the air have their habitation. They sing among the branches. From your lofty abode you water the mountains. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work. You cause the grass to grow for the cattle and plants for people to use, to bring forth food from the earth, and wine to gladden the human heart, oil to make the face shine, and bread to strengthen the human heart. The trees of the Lord are watered abundantly, the cedars of Lebanon that he planted. O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Yonder is the sea, great and wide. Creeping things innumerable are there, living things, both small and great. There go the ships and Leviathan that you formed to sport in it. These all look to you to give them their food in due season. When you give to them, they gather it up. When you open your hand, they are filled with good things. When you hide your face, they are dismayed. When you take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. When you send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the ground. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in these works, who looks on the earth and it trembles, who touches the mountains and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have being.